Hey guys, it's Ryan Steinelson, and it's 2 o'clock on Tuesday, the 20th of January. Man, it's already 20 days into the month and the new year here, and I'm going to be talking to you about some really important things that I think you can do as a business owner. And there's Kim, so I'm going to have Kim join in a second here. She's in backstage. So Kim, great to have you here. If you're watching the replay on this, and by the way, again, my name is Ryan. I'm the founder of DIY AI, which is a conversational AI agency that I started creating 2 years ago. And I also am the founder of Accelerate Marketing, which is a digital marketing agency that's been around for almost 20 years now. And that agency helps businesses generate a consistent stream of pre-qualified, pre-sold leads. And then I've also got somebody else here. That's probably Reed as well. Awesome. Reed, great to have you here. I'll get you guys in. And Kim, you can share your video as well if you'd like or not. But the main thing is, I'd really like to get your questions answered. So, I mean, that's what makes these really fun. And I'll use my 20 years of experience and knowledge in digital marketing to answer any questions that I get from either Reed or Kim once I add them here. And if you can join, it's definitely worth it. I mean, any week that we do these, you can join by going to the school community, which I will add here. So here's the school community. It's school.com/DIY AI. It's free. And, I've had a lot of great feedback from people that are in that community. I've got two communities, one for Accelerate Marketing and one for the AI platform software. And you can also text us at 561-861-3238. I'll answer any questions that you leave below any of the channels that I'm broadcasting to right now, which is Instagram, X, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, etc. We've got a few people that are watching from X as well, and from the other platforms. So join me whenever you can, and I'm going to go through the setup of information. I've got some people from YouTube as well. But I'm going to go through what I've put in the description of the video after I go through and answer the questions that either Kim or Reed have, specifically either about conversational AI agents or anything that has to do with artificial intelligence. I'm here to answer any questions. The number of people that are on jumped big time to about 15 or 16 or so. So let me know what questions you have. For you guys that are watching, you can post the comments in the chat. And why should you listen to me? I mean, I've been doing this for like I said, almost 20 years. And our agency, Accelerate Marketing, has been chosen by Google to be a partner on that platform. And we do have access to their API for Google local service ads. So we can do some things that most agencies are not able to do in order to get results for businesses by building that software or having that software there. And having access to their API. So, so Kim, what questions do you have? I see that I don't know if your audio is off. Let me know what questions you have. Hey, Kim.
Yeah, I had it muted. That way you didn't hear me clearing my throat too. This weather is like crazy. No, I just thought I would join and see everything. I knew you was going to be going over. I had really had forgotten that y'all was local Google partnered. So I had forgotten that part about you because it's hard to get there because I would love to get there, and it's a big thing to get there.
Well, it is, especially for some of these platforms, like specifically, I mean, because you can become a partner for each of their platforms, whether it's pay-per-click or, and that's a very important distinction because, we were asked to be a partner about 6 or 7 years ago now on the local service ads platform by Google. And that's a pretty big deal because, there's only I think there's probably 30 to 40 agencies worldwide that are partners on that platform. And to be a partner, you have to have a certain number of clients that you manage. Typically, it's over 500 in your MCC account, in your master client account, which you probably do. You have your clients all in an MCC account, Kim? Okay, that's something I would definitely do, is put all your clients that you're managing on local service ads into one MCC account. And what that's going to do is it's going to give you access to their calls versus connected calls. So you can identify, without our software, by doing that, you can actually identify the percentage of calls that they're able to answer. So like the client that we're meeting with today, you could tell him, look, you're missing 30% of your calls, which this is the reason why I created the AI platform, the DIY, the conversational AI platform that I did, is because I saw that about 30% of calls across the board are being missed by all business owners, and whether they want to admit it or not. So this is the reason why I created the platform that I did, and it's a great platform because it does solve the number one problem these guys have, which is just backing up their intake, like your client wants to do, so that all their calls can be answered, so that they can convert more of those leads into clients. Because as you know, if somebody finds a business at the top, they're just gonna call the next business below them right after they get off the phone with your business, if your business doesn't answer the phone.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's why he brought me in, to answer those 30% that was getting missed.
Yeah, and there's nobody that can do that with this busy schedule I know that you have with managing your clients. So that's why it's important to have AI do that, like to make sure that the calls are answered, and then also even to fill out those surveys. I mean, that's the other thing that I was going to talk about today is the survey process. I put that in the description of the video, so that and this is what it says in the title. It says how to hijack the 2026 Google AI algorithm for local service ads, because it's different now. It's not the way that it was before. It's you either train the AI. Everything's about training the agents. We talked about this earlier. Everything is about training the agent. If you train the agent, then it's gonna give you the result that you want. If you don't train the agent, like for example, the roofing client that we're talking, we're talking today. I mean, if you don't properly train that agent on their information for their business, the agent is just gonna go off. It's gonna go unhinged. It's gonna go off the rails. And so, yeah, and we don't want that. So what we want is an agent that actually answers the questions that pertain to that business, that gives specific information about that business, that's unique to that business and not any other business. And so that's why the training process is so important. The training of the agent, and it's all it is just a prompt, and then the reinforcement learning, and then the additional information that you feed it in order to train the agent. So yeah, I'm glad you're able to join. What do you have any questions, specifically any other questions, Kim, that I can answer for you?
I'm trying to think. We talked so much this morning about everything. Yeah, I did get that other demo and everything, and I just, if we get it more humanized and stuff like that, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Which I know that's what you specialize in.
Yeah, I mean, there's different types of AI agents. There's what's called speech to text to speech agents.
Yeah.
And that's where the agent will answer the phone, the person will speak, and then the agent receives that speech. It translates it turns it into text, and then it formulates a response, and then that speech goes back to the person. So it's speech to text to speech. Whereas the agent that I just created for you, which I don't know if you're able to listen to it, but it's created with a tool called Ultravox, which is different because it's actually just speech to speech, meaning just like you and I are communicating. It's there's no text there's no text step. There's no step in there that translates the speech to text and then back to speech. It's just speech to speech. And so a lot of people find that is that platform is it speaks a little bit more naturally than what you would get on, for example, like Go High Level. I know you guys were looking at Go High Level. There's also some amazing new voices, and I'll see if I can share this. Hold on.
Sell my voice. That's it. I've been told my voice is just so soothing and comforting.
It is. And actually, you got a point. We could record your voice and make it sound like you.
Yeah.
So we can do that. Just understand that it might, so it would sound like you, but it would be using speech to text to speech. It would not be using speech to speech. So at least I don't think, and this is what I wanted to see, is I wanted to see here. Let me see if I can, because I'd really like to show you something here, because there's an agent, and I'm gonna, here, let me just go here. I'm gonna grab it so that I can test it with you, or I can show you. So here it is. So let me share it. Copy. Okay. And I think we got somebody else that wants to join here. Hey, Reed. How you doing? And then there's also, so here is, hey, Reed, I see you're back. You able to?
He's muted.
Oh, he's muted. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Ryan. Sorry, I took a sec to find the mute button. I'm well. I just wanted to try to learn more from you, so that's why I'm tuning in.
Oh,
I'm very interested in AI, and I see the value these AI agents are becoming in small business, especially, and it's really incredible. So I'm just here to try to learn. So
yeah, absolutely. Glad to have you, and thanks for being here. And I do think that there's a lot, obviously, that to learn about, with conversational AI, and also with everything that's happening right now in the AI space in general. Some of the more powerful tools that I know a lot of people are using ChatGPT, and I think ChatGPT is great. I'll tell you, Gemini is really doing a great job with their platform and what they allow you to create with their platform. I mean, the functionality of their platform is pretty amazing. Here, let me just scoot over here really quick. Sorry. Yeah, they make it so that you can really do a lot with their platform as well. And I think that it's a platform that a lot of people are really underestimating. And if you're an agency owner, it can really help you do a lot of things that you're looking to do. And I'll show you one of them today. One of those tools is Notebook LM. I don't know if either of you, Reed or Kim, have either of you guys used Notebook LM?
I hadn't used it. I've used a lot of the deep research and stuff like that on it. It's just, when you start off with ChatGPT, it takes a minute to get Gemini to do what you want it to do, just like it did at first when you started with ChatGPT. It's all about training it.
Yeah, it is. It is. Exactly. So let me, here, I think he's back again. Let me see here. Here's Reed. Hey, Reed.
We keep losing Reed.
Sorry. I'm bouncing in and out. Sorry.
Yeah, no. So have you used Notebook LM?
I have not. I haven't used any of the AI products except for ChatGPT, the first one.
Okay, and
but I've been looking at Sintra, and that's really fascinating, and I really see how that could become a huge help to small business owners. Anything like that. And I know there's Sintra. I guess it's advertised on. They have like 12 different AI agents that are all packaged together.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah.
Each one does a different. Each one does a different thing.
They're kind of like a chat LLM team.
Yes.
Abacus AI.
Abacus.
Yes, that's what it's kind of like what I think he's saying because Abacus has got like Nano, Banana, they got Claude, they got all of the other ones in there too.
Yep.
So I think that's kind of like what he's talking about.
Yeah. And Reed, do you have an agency as well or no?
No, I just retired and I'm looking at doing some different things from home. So
Okay.
that
Are
was,
you wanting to start helping people with AI or?
I'm just exploring different opportunities right now
Okay.
and looking at starting sort of an online store. I'm waiting for approvals to come in for that. And while I'm waiting, I'm just trying to learn as much as I can about AI to see how I can incorporate it or if it's, if it's something that I could incorporate
Okay.
into a business.
Okay. Yeah. So Kim primarily, and this is how she found me is her interest is in creating chat agents, basically an agent that would answer the phone, respond to chats on the website, would be able to take text messages, respond to emails, etc. So that's usually the entry point for most business owners, and that
It's pretty impressive. I have a plumbing company that we use, and I called them the other day because I had an emergency, and it was in the middle of like 4:30 in the morning, and the chatbot answered the phone. It was a AI bot. I'm not sure which one, but it's incredible what they can do.
Yes, and that's exactly. It can integrate these chat agents can actually integrate with the CRM. They can do warm transfers, to somebody on the human team once it qualifies the person. It can do pretty much anything you want it to do, and then it can even give an estimate. For example, Kim, once the chat agent actually identifies the person as being a qualified prospect or a qualified client potentially, the agent can then actually connect to another agent and would send a text out to the person for that person that's looking to get like work done, for example, to take a picture of the house so that they could actually change the picture to the roofing style that you got that they want to select, and then from there, so in other words, a person could then see what their house would look like with different roofings like shingles or metal or etc. So
Oh, I gotcha.
yeah.
So instead of sending an estimate, in other words, it's sending like a DIY thing, kind of like what we would do with flooring or something like that. You take a picture of your living room and you can change out your flooring and stuff like that.
Yes. So the person could see what their roof is going to look like before it gets done. Once they identify the type of roof they want, then what we could do is then have that agent connect, for example, to Google Earth and identify or approximate the square footage of the house, so that it could give them an estimate or like a range for the estimate right then and there without any human intervention.
I don't know if he'd be for that part yet, because he's a hands-on person. But I mean, it would just have to be the way it's worded because we have like a instant estimator in there already. It's just that a lot of people how some people get one number in their head and they go with it. So you just have to reword it the right way. But yeah, what you're saying is like incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just trying to just say what's possible so that, you could theoretically have the estimate sent out, a range, and then you could even, then we could get a human in the loop and say, hey, I already sent an estimate, here's the estimate that I recommend that you send over. You can text it over now. This person has answered these questions this way. This is their phone number. You can call them up, or it could just do a warm transfer while the person's still on the phone. They've already seen what their house is going to look like after it's done because they've seen the picture, that they've created themselves. They've got an estimate potentially of what it would cost, or before the estimate goes out, it could just say, hey, I've got an estimate ready already that Ryan is going to present to you. Should I transfer the call now? And then that estimate would go right to Ryan, the person, me, that's going to be talking to the person that's on the phone, in order to present that estimate to the person, in live, so that it's not, so anyway, so just, that's what's possible. And
Mhm.
this is where, for every business, and I've talked about this on other times, in my workshops, it's the most important thing really for a business owner to do is to identify what their workflow is. And what I
Mhm.
mean by workflow is identify each step from the person calling up all the way through to, getting a review after the work's been done, and everything in between. What happens in between those two steps? What are all the processes that happen, that potentially could have an AI agent involved, so that your processes can be streamlined, and those people that do that work now can do something that's of higher use, like a better use, like maybe, doing something that would generate more revenue for the business, as opposed to, just putting an estimate together, or so, not just, but I mean, that's a very important part, part of the process. But if anybody has any questions that's watching, please, comment wherever you're watching the video, below the video, and I do respond to all comments on recordings of this video as well. So, please, if you're not watching it live, you can also comment below as well. I'm going to go and I'm going to talk about like the topics. We got about 20, 30 minutes left, but what other, unless you guys have other questions, any other questions, I want to make sure that I the most important thing I can do is this is a workshop. I really like making these a workshop, and that's why it's really, I really like to answer the questions for people that jump on live. Any other questions, Kim or Reed?
I'm good.
Okay, and I'm
I'm
gonna,
good. I'm good as well.
okay,
Thanks,
good.
Ryan.
Yeah, you bet. So I'm gonna play this so you can actually see. Okay, so I think you should be able to hear this. So, the roofing. Wait, or is it? What's the? Here, I'm gonna create this really quick. Hold on. Roofs. Okay, so I'm gonna create this AI agent. This is a voice that I want you to experience, because it's a little bit different than what you might be used to, using Go High Level or whatever. I'm hoping that you'll be able to hear this, because it does sound, in my opinion, I think it's a really good, I think it's here. I'm gonna add it here. So hold on one second. I think this is what's possible. So hold on one second. Okay, so I'm gonna call this agent, and hopefully, let's see. Oh, this is okay. This was oh, that's why I was trying. Okay, I'm not able to do it in this. I'm trying to make it so that you can hear it. But let me see if I can do it this way. I'm trying to make it so that you can actually hear what it sounds like. And to do that, I've got to be logged in to the specific account that I'm using to create the app. And it's not this one. So that's the reason why I'm not able to have you hear it on my computer. But I'm going to do that at the end. Let me go through what I was going to go through here in terms of topics, so that I can answer people's questions, and that are, or at least get to the topics that I was going to talk about today, for people that are attending, to get those answers, or to hear what I'm what I was here, to hear what I was supposed to talk about today. So, okay. So one of the things that I said that there's 3 topics that I was going to talk about today. One is the LSA feedback loop. So, and this is one of the things that we've automated with AI. And I talked to you about this. Kim, is a lot of people are complaining about the lead quality specifically on local service ads. So one of the things that that you can do is and this is what we were talking about, is that you can train the machine. You can train Google. So since Google eliminated manual disputes for wrong service or location, and you know about this, Kim, your only leverage is the lead feedback survey. And so what you can do is you can mark a lead as booked or very satisfied. And this is one of the more powerful signals that you can give Google, local service ads, in terms of the types of leads that they're sending you. Because that is basically giving a reward to Google and saying, yes, we booked this call. Send more of these. And so that's why this process of listening to every one of these calls and giving Google feedback on these leads is more important than ever. Because what we're doing is we're really training Google's AI. It's now a training process. And this is what I was talking about in the beginning of the conversation today. It's all about training the artificial intelligence that Google is. 6 months ago, it was not that way. It was a manual process, meaning you would give the survey, you would rate the lead, and you would fill out a dispute. And then a human would actually identify if that lead could be disputed or not, and a refund given. Now that process is completely done by artificial intelligence on Google's side. So this is the reason why it's really important to submit those surveys very quickly. The faster they're submitted, the more likely it is that you can actually get a refund. And you saw this, Kim, that you can actually get refunds. A lot of businesses do not do this. I'd say 90% of businesses that are running local service ads are not even filling out the surveys. And what's crazy is that they can get at least about 5 to 10% of what they're paying back in the form of a refund to use on next month's budget if they just fill out these surveys. And they can actually get, this is what's crazy, is they can actually get better leads. We've seen the lead quality improve by almost, on a scale of 1 to 5, by a whole point. Meaning that would mean it would go from a neutral lead or a 2.5 to a 3.5, meaning a good lead. That's a big difference. So that means that the average lead would be identified on a scale of 1 to 5 as a 2.5, which is neutral, which is what you'd expect. Some good, some bad, to rather that those leads, the lead average quality being 3.5 when surveys are submitted. That means there's about a 20%, there is a 20% increase in the quality of the leads. And that will translate into less time spent on the phone for your team and for the AI, and more leads converted. That's a really big deal. So businesses with an 80% responsiveness rate consistently see 220% more revenue than those who let surveys sit empty. So that's a big deal. So businesses with an 80% plus responsiveness grading rate consistently see a 220% more revenue than those who let surveys sit empty. So basically you can get it translated into 220% more revenue from your Google local service ads that you're running. That's a big deal. So filling out those surveys is very, very important. And the secret is grade every lead within 72 hours. And Google's automated credit system reviews these surveys to proactively refund bad leads, but only if you provide the negative reinforcement signal. So there's a negative reinforcement signal, and then there's a positive saying that it's booked. doing both will get you the type of leads that you're looking for. For example, I've got a lot of businesses that I work with that do pest control, but some of the pest control companies that my agencies that I work with, those pest control companies only do bed bugs or they only do mole removal. So it's very important for those businesses to positively and negatively reinforce Google's AI to send just those type of leads. Because if you don't, Google's going to send you a bunch of leads that have nothing to do with mole removal specifically or bed bugs. Because what they'll do is Google will actually send you pest control leads that are generic to pest control and not just specifically for mole removal or bed bugs. So I hope that makes sense. So if you list your business as just a bed bug removal company, you'll still get leads for pest control, and unless you actually do this survey process. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Any questions on that? Kim or Reed?
No, it makes perfect sense. I mean, since they've done the changes, we've been getting a few leads coming in, like for siding and stuff like that, and I've been having to do the survey and tell them we don't offer this service.
Well, and it's also important, and this is why AI is so powerful to program the way that you want it, and that you specifically work with a agency that sets up a chat agent that actually knows how to work with local service ads. Because if you program the agent correctly, it will disqualify that lead immediately within 30 seconds, so that you get the highest chance. In other words, it'll turn the lead down immediately, so that you get the highest chance of getting a refund and training the agent at the same time.
Gotcha.
So that's really important, because there's really a knack or a strategy to creating these agents that are specifically designed for Google local service ads, or to answer calls for Google local service ads. That's what we built the agent for from the ground up. It's specifically for that and other, for any other campaigns that you're running, but specifically it's really optimized for the local service ads platform. And if you're optimized for LSA, you're optimized for everything else, because LSA is the most challenging to optimize for.
Yeah, it is, because they don't share any secrets.
No, they don't. They don't. Exactly. So
you have to figure it out.
Yeah. So we started with the hardest one, in the beginning. And just like we started out with voice in the beginning, which was the hardest to do. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, so the other thing I wanted to show you guys is this concept of generative engine optimization, or GEO, audits that are available by Google Gemini. And this is something that I think you would really find interesting, Kim, and also Reed.
Oh yeah, I've been doing a study on it.
Okay, so I don't know if you knew this, but if you can actually ask Google how to optimize a website specifically for AI. So, Google's been inherently, like, you're an SEO lady, Kim. They've kept it close to their chest for many years about how to optimize for search engines, because they didn't want people to know. But they've flipped the script now. They're like, all you got to do is go to Google and ask it, how do I optimize for AI? And it will tell you. It's very interesting how Google has really changed their tune. So
I've done that script before.
Oh, good. Okay. So if you aren't chunkable, you aren't findable. This is kind of the summary of it. So search has moved to AI mode. So Gemini now provides direct answers to complex queries, like who is the most reliable emergency plumber in Houston, like your client. You can now use Gemini to audit your site by asking, analyze this URL. How well does it answer XYZ? Identify paragraphs too long for machine extraction. So you can now ask it. So this is what we're going to do. We're literally going to copy and paste this And I want to make sure. So copy, and then so here's the secret: restructure your content for machine extraction. So sentences, bless you. I don't know if that was sentences must be 15 to 20 words, and you must lead with the answer in the first 2 sentences of every section. So this is where it's really important to restructure the content for the AI.
Mm-hmm.
The sentences must be like 15 to 20 words, and you must lead with the answer in the first 2 sentences of every section. So that's really important. So let's just do this. I'm gonna show my screen so that we can do this together. And
It's really interesting because basically it's getting all the people also ask questions is what AI is pulling from. What people
yes,
want to know.
yeah, it is. It is. Oh, you know what? I might be able to. Okay. All right. Let me see. Let me see something. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Let me see.
Hello there. Yes, I can help. I'm the AI assistant for Integrity Roofing. What can I do for you today? Are you looking for a free inspection, or do you have questions about your roof?
Were you able to hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about that voice?
Don't like the part of the AI agent.
Your
But
voice is clear and easy to understand. Is there something specific you'd like to know about it?
Okay. So did it sound more human?
yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I'm still getting used to the AI bots. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, this one, I mean, it doesn't get any more human than this, in my opinion. I mean, this
Yeah,
is.
me and Siri, we fight. So I mean, yeah, I'm still getting used to AI bots.
So go ahead and ask it a question. Let's see if it can hear you. I don't know if it can.
I think it did hear me. Roof replacement.
Hello? Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So it can, and can you tell me a little bit about Integrity Roofing?
Absolutely. Integrity Roofing is a trusted roofing contractor based in Biloxi, Mississippi. We serve areas like D'Iberville, Gulfport, Long Beach.
Okay. So that, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm wondering, like, what, anybody, what do you guys think about that? The quality of that agent? Reed, do you have any? What do you think about the sound, the voice, and how does it sound human?
It sounds great.
Yeah. I mean, would you think that that's human almost?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you can really, unless you ask it, you can't really know. You know what I mean? Whether it's
Yeah.
an agent or not.
I know that's what blows me away about that is that because that's one of the things that they really wanted, and I'm trying to get them as
Like the other morning, I had a conversation with the plumber's AI thing for probably 5 minutes back and forth, and then they decided they were gonna, because it was under warranty, they had to send me to the front office, and unfortunately, it was so early in the morning that they live transferred me to the office, which wasn't open yet, so I got dead ended there and had to call back. But other than that, it was flawless.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. So I'm gonna analyze this URL. How well does it answer? Okay. What high intent prompt? So, who is the best roofer in? Yep. So this is what we're gonna do. Analyze this URL, Roofed by Integrity. How well does it answer who is the best roofer in Biloxi, Mississippi? Identify paragraphs too long. Based on the analysis, the website is highly optimized commercial landing page designed to establish local authority. Here is the evaluation of how well it answers the question, who is the best roofer in Biloxi, along with identification of paragraphs that may pose challenges for machine extraction, like we talked about. How well does it answer who is the best roofer in Biloxi? The website performs well from a marketing and social proof perspective, but it's inherently biased as it. So this is some, explicit. The site site uses bold headers such as number one. It positions itself as a top choice. Icons, Angie's List. So this is great. Social proof, custom statement. The gap. It does not provide a third-party objective comparison like a newspaper rating or a consumer reports list. It answers the question by saying we are the best because our customers and manufacturers say so, rather than. So this is a good point. Neutral marketing analysis. Paragraphs too long for machine extraction. Core values paragraph is a little bit long. And then Bayou Church testimonial. This is the longest single narrative blockage on the page. Machine extraction often truncates testimonials after 200 characters. So you can see the site is an excellent example of local SEO. It answers the user's query by saturating the page with Biloxi keywords and high quality reviews. However, the review feed and testimonial sections are the primary areas where machine extraction might fail or truncate important qualitative data due to their narrative length. So that's just something to keep in mind. When you're so this is great. I mean, I can share this with you.
Yeah, he has his the go high level is automatically triggered to bring those in. So they don't really have control over how long the reviews are.
Okay.
And yes, like I told you this morning, it is more optimized for local SEO and pretty much top ranking, but it's fixing to change because we're going to work on the website to get it more GEO too with the SEO.
Yes. And that's exactly, I mean, this is probably what you and I talked about. I mean, these are all the things that you're working on, and that you were aware of. I just wanted other people to really, see the things that that you're aware of. And now that, that, that this is, because, you were completely aware of this. And I know that, you were making these changes already. But, it's great for other people to see, how Google Gemini in particular can actually give you the specific instructions or secret sauce, so to speak, for how to make it so that, a business would show up for this type of keyword, like roofer. By the way, there you go.
Hey, I'm proud.
Well, like there you go. And here, I very, very rarely see this. This is off the chart. Like seriously, like I've been doing this for a long time, and I can count on one hand where I've seen the same company show up number one for local service ads and for Google Business Profile. Like, yep. I just mic drop like that. That's just next level. I love that.
Thank
so
you.
Great job. I mean, you deserve a raise because they're getting a lot. This is the reason why they're growing as much as they are. I'm not going to give specific numbers, but like you and I talked about it, like they're growing, and this is the reason why.
Yep, and it's just the trick. I've got Biloxi down pat, and it's just the trick of getting all the other, locations intertwined with them, which it's going.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going. I mean, there's no question about it. I mean, because here's what happens. I don't know if you know this, but when you get a business to show up both here in the local service ad section or Google Verified, and on the Google Maps or Google, Google Business Profile, then they actually feed off of each other. People see a business in both places, and especially on like both of them are above the fold. Like literally, you see the company twice. Mm-hmm. Literally on your main screen without even having to scroll down. For goodness sakes, so it doesn't get really. I mean, they've got to be getting, I would guess, 3 to 4 calls a day from this, and probably 2 to 3 from this. And that's a lot. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, well, I don't know how big Biloxi is, but I would say a total of 3 to 5 calls a day minimum from what you're doing here. So
yeah, Biloxi is not huge, but like I told you, the saturation level. So we're starting to grow out, and we pretty much want to be the number one on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. So
and you brought up a good point. You can do that with local service ads.
yeah,
Because you can identify the area that you want to serve, and this is them as well. And this is what I told you is I would replace this right here, chat with us. This is just, enter your question so that we can get back to you. I would make this, a conversational AI chat agent so that it can answer questions. And I would also put that chat agent here in place of connect with us today. No, I mean, really, like, who wants to put their first, last name, address, all this stuff? They want to get their questions answered, and then have the chat agent like take their information and do it that way, because most people have a question, and in that conversation, the agent can actually take a picture and then do what we talked about. Like, it can take a picture of their current roof and then replace it with something like this or metal,
mm-hmm.
so that people can see what it looks like. So I wanted to show you something as well here. So let me just go back, because I want to show you what here. So roofer. Oh, so interesting. See, so here, let me just type this in. So here's Gulfport. Okay, boom. They're showing up for Gulfport as well.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I don't have them straight on the Google Business Profile, but as you know, location is everything for the Google Business Profile. So the further you get out, it might rank the one that's closest to that location. So
Absolutely.
but I mean, they started off like 17, and it's taken some time, but they're like 5 or 6 now. So they're getting closer. It just takes a lot of time.
Absolutely. And here's what we're going to help you with. Watch this. Get competitive quotes. Message up to 4 roofers. Do you have message leads turned on?
Yes, it comes straight to me.
Okay, good. And this is probably one of the reasons why. Now, we can respond to those message leads using the AI so that you don't have to respond.
Mm-hmm.
If you want. I mean, that's another thing that the AI can do, and it can respond 24 hours, 7 days a week,
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing that that you might want to consider. But this is the reason why I'm suggesting that businesses use conversational AI agents, is because this get competitive quotes message up to 4 roofers at one time. This is why they do that a lot, and
it's cheaper messages.
Exactly. So you're one of them that's going to be selected. And guess who's showing up here at the top? You, because you guys are responding quickly to these message leads. Your other clients, this is what I'm suggesting that you do, is you set up an AI agent so that it can respond as fast as you are, so that they're showing up here at the top as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because if you don't respond to a message, it's just as bad as not taking a call.
Absolutely. And
so they're going to drop you. Believe me, they will drop you, and it takes time to get you back up there.
Not only that, but if you're the second one to respond, the likelihood that you're going to convert them goes way, way down. Yeah. So the faster you respond, the more likely it is that you're going to convert them as a lead, and you're going to get more leads because Google actually ranks you higher when you respond faster. It's all about creating a great experience for the person that's finding the business on the Google platform. That's what it's all about. That's the name of the game. And this is why. And by the way, watch this. Here, watch this. Oh, let me just do this. HVAC. I don't know. I know you have an HVAC client.
They're in Tupelo.
Okay.
They're well, they're Amory too, but I think I got them on top. Is Alsop's Heating and Cooling.
There you go. There you go.
How'd you find them that quick?
Huh?
How'd you find them that quick?
I just typed in HVAC Tupelo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, great job. So what I wanted to show you is there's a functionality, and it's not showing up all the time, but not only will Google send a message to multiple businesses, but actually Google will make an AI voice call to up to 4 businesses on behalf of the person searching as well. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, but I'm starting to notice some different like types because I wondered what was going on.
There you go.
Because I get like,
Look at, see, it says have AI check prices. This is it. So what you do is you click this and you can identify the type of service you want, and you answer a bunch of questions, and then Google's AI will make an outbound phone call to up to 4 businesses to find out the one that works the best for you based on what you're looking for.
Huh.
Yep. And so this is going to be coming to HVAC as well. But right now we only see it typically for auto repair. But it might be in HVAC in some areas. Sometimes you might get inbound phone calls that sound automated. And this is the reason why it's actually better to have an AI answer those phone calls, is because we find that when an AI talks to an AI, the conversion rate increases.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this then. So I've noticed on like my messages that comes through on my phone for the LSAs is they're like broke down in a format. It's like the AI is asking them questions for the client to answer, the customer to answer. Have you been noticing that too?
Yes, and that's probably a AI phone call that you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're probably getting AI phone calls.
Yeah, because it's just like it's like breaking down what I would ask a person as far as it's painting to a roof. So I've noticed that it's not on all calls yet, but it's like coming through on messages and every other message like.
Yes, that's what you want to optimize for that, So I've got about 5 more minutes. I want to get through this last training section that I wanted to go through here, the third section.
I'm gonna jump off because I think I got to meet with you in about 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'll be in there in 1 second.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Yep. Bye-bye. Thank you. So the GBP popularity pivot and the AI ask button. So the hook is Google just killed the Q&A section. Here's the replacement. As of November of 2025, Google officially deprecated the public Q&A API. It's been replaced by the AI ask button. Gemini now scans your website and reviews to answer customers' questions instantly. So Google's 2026 algorithm prioritizes...
Can't hear you, Ryan.
Oh, shoot. You can't hear me? You can't hear me? Oh, can you hear me? Are you able to hear me? Reed. Okay. Yeah, my mic is working. I see it. But so okay, so let me just go back here. Okay, so Google's 2026 algorithm prioritizes popularity over prominence. This means user interactions, photos, views, clicking the ask button, directions, request is now a higher weighted ranking factor than your actual business name or age. So again, this goes back to making sure that what I talked about second today, which is the generative engine optimization, where you create content on your website that's in chunks that the AI can ingest, and then could use that to answer specific questions, whether it's in the search results or it's right on your Google business profile in the form of the AI ask button. So I hope that makes sense. I got to get on a call here in about 4 minutes. Again, if you guys have any questions, please text them over to me at 561-861-3238. You can also go to our website at DIYai.ai. You can join our school community at school.com/DIYai. If you've got any questions, please post them below the video, and I'll answer those as they come in on the recording. And thank you guys for joining today, and I'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining, Reed.